Hello and welcome to another video. I've actually got MortyMaine here with me for this video. Morty, welcome to the video. Thank you for joining.
Thank you for having me.
So, Morty is the Franks in red, and I am the Goths in green. We are up against
You were
Pojantadin
actually pink.
Oh, what did I say?
You said green.
Oh, my bad. Yeah, I'm pink. We got this blue guy as the Cumans, and then we got the green guy as the Mongols. So, I mean, what was our first thought when we saw we had the Cumans?
We knew. We knew the Cuman rush was coming.
Yeah,
It always
that
was the way
we've
that it
run into it
goes.
so much lately. Um, I thought it was actually interesting. The reason I'm showing this is Green was actually pushing in his deer with his scout while also scouting with sheep. So, like that's a move of someone who knows how to play this civ. Mongols have a hunt bonus where they hunt faster, so they can get a really fast feudal time just by going to hunt first and then eating the sheep later. Meanwhile, we just got our normal start here. I'll actually speed up a little bit because there's not a lot interesting going on here. But yeah, we're expecting the Cuman rush. Not sure what to think about Mongols, like what they would contribute to it. Obviously, when we think Mongols, we think Mangudai or Cav archers. But how that plays with the Cuman guy and with the Rams that tend to come in with the Cumans, not sure yet. But we'll find out soon enough.
And we do.
Everybody just taking in their boars. Morty getting loom.
That's because I might have been housed.
Oh, it does happen sometimes.
Got to keep that TC going, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Now, this is interesting too because we all clicked up at almost the exact same time, except for blue, which is definitely not what you normally see. We don't know this yet. Morty and I are talking in Discord while we're playing, so we are sharing intel. This is when we realize that Mongols isn't on my side, which means Cuman must be on Morty's side, and I think that's when I said, good luck.
Yeah, because we've been through this once before, have we not?
Yeah, a few times. At least once on the YouTube already, actually. So this is when we see everybody reached feudal age, except for the Cumans, which is totally not what we expect. But what we don't see is he is sending a Vil forward, and although he got to feudal age a minute late, he is going to go ahead and start making the siege workshop. Which, again, we're not seeing that. We haven't even scouted that corner yet.
Just out of our vision.
And we're thinking, oh, that was a late feudal time, because the thing about Cumans is in feudal age they can build either, they can build a second town center in feudal age or a siege workshop. No other civ can do those things. So that's why the Cumans play usually is go to feudal age quickly, make a siege workshop, and then come in with rams. But he was late to feudal, so we're thinking, well, maybe this guy's just a noob, doesn't know how to play Cumans. So we kind of let our guard down a little bit. Let's see. Green and I are on our way to Castle Age. I'll take the sight off. You can rest assured we don't see this shit. But now Green and I are getting to Castle Age, and he is already making 4 Cav archers. I'm going to send them off to the other side of the map. And they've both got their scouts over here. Oh, actually, my scout just passed by.
Yeah.
So I theoretically could have seen that, although I can tell you in real time I did not see that.
And here they come.
And here are the Rams. This is when Morty starts to freak out. He's like, oh, crap, the Rams are coming. Starts to make a house, thinks better of it, because the Rams will just take it down. That's 4 Rams and a random tower. So, I mean, I've got a barracks. I can make spearmen. That's about it. And that's going to take a while to get over there. The Rams are coming in right for the town center. And this is when Morty's like, oh crap, there's cav archers from green too. I'm out of here. So he initially sends the 13 villagers that were on wood out of his base. He doesn't even defend the town center. He gets to Castle Age, which is important. And then lets them kill these villagers, but he's sending off a total of 22 villagers out to my base. And one thing about my base is I'm building my second town center now. I was thinking about doing my third town center out here. It's just, I would have to block this off. But seeing that Morty's coming over here, I decided not to do that. And Morty's like, oh, that's a great spot for a town center. And I'm starting to at least collect my, upgrading to pikemen, collect some spearmen over here so that when the army comes out, I'll have something to alert me to it. But Morty's base is empty. There's nothing in here for them to kill. And
they're just wasting so much time.
They are. And then let's... oops,
it did kind of ultimately kind of screw me up for a minute because...
Oh, the houses?
I did get housed.
Yeah.
And obviously I lost the market in the blacksmith. So.
Okay. Not yet, but you will. Yeah, so they see that there's no villagers in here, but these cav archers are just sitting here in the corner. And the Rams are, not doing a whole lot. Blue has some archers of his own. Let's go back to our view here. So I'm starting to mass some pikes here, but...
I think maybe their thoughts, or at least Blue, was like, haha, I won. Like, I'm just going to come and, like, start to take some of your stuff in your base. Like, I pushed you out. Like, you're not even a threat anymore. Like, they wrote me off, too.
They did. They did. Yeah, Blue is just at least using his Rams, killing your houses, like you said. You're actually walling this off, which is a good call. Normally, when we see people wall to each other's bases, we call it a noob wall. Because that's something noobs do, but this is actually a good wall because it's going to protect this eco. He's actually already building a second town center, which Blue is still in feudal age. Yes, he's still in feudal age and does not have a second town center yet. So Morty will be able to recover. He's already starting to make farms, going to take this gold.
And Blue can click up, but he doesn't have the resources because of the amount that he had to spend to push me out of my base.
Yeah. So Green saw that I had pikes. He's still got these 7 cav archers. These are the 7 cav archers left over from this push here. He actually never makes any more. But now I've got 7 pikemen. Actually, no, I got 9 pikemen. So it's at least a fight he doesn't want to take. Now they're coming by the front of my base here, and I happen to notice, because my monk's about to go out for another relic, and then I'm like, no, and I try to start to convert, but then I get out of the way of the arrows. Meanwhile, Blue is still just poking around over there. So I'm just saying, I see you over there, and then he runs away. I still have only got 2 town centers, same as Morty.
My boom is coming.
Normally, I would go 3 town centers for a good solid boom, but I know that I need to also make army. And now I've built a... I'm getting elite skirm out of an archery range, and I built a university so I could get ballistics. So I'm teching into skirms to deal with these cav archers, thinking, okay, Mongols doing cav archers is kind of what we'd expect. I need something to kill those. But I think that was probably not the right play for me, because that's a lot of wood. This is 175 each, so 350 wood, another 200, so 550, and then another 175. So yeah, you're talking almost 1,000 wood invested in just getting the archery ranges and ballistics. I could have instead used that to buy a castle and make huskarls, which would have killed the cav archers. Now he sees that I have a solid mass of pikemen. We think about fighting this, but we're still just kind of biding our time. He moves off to the side. I pull closer to the base. So Morty and I are just real close right now. We are only taking up like 10% of the map here. But we are turtling up. Our ecos are pretty solid. Morty is up to 40 villagers, which is about on par for what Blue has, 44 villagers. Blue is building a second town center in Morty's base.
I've been building that town center for ages.
Yeah,
I'm
so
serious. It's been a long time. He's had like one villa on that, like for a solid 3 minutes.
if he started it in Feudal Age, they actually build the town center slower in Feudal Age. But he only had one villager, so it took forever. Now I've got a few skirms. I'm really just hoping to get a castle so I can get some Huskarls, because I think that's really my answer long term. These Rams are still not doing a whole lot. They did clear out your market, blacksmith, and houses. So where are you going for houses here? Here? Yeah. Along the edges here. Okay. Thankfully, they're giving us some time to recover. This is really a mistake on their part. That Blue has been here for how long now? It's been 10 minutes, at least. These Rams could have come right to my base and kept the fight on with the Cav Archers to protect against the Pikes. And that would have been a fight that I would have had a lot of difficulty with.
Yeah, especially with me being right there trying to reboot.
Yeah. So I see these Cav Archers, so I move the Pikes over, I move the Skirms in, thinking I'm going to get a fight in on these Cav Archers, trap them a little bit. I think he's just running around, not even really doing anything intentionally. So this is still all I've seen from Green is Cav Archers. He sees it now, kills the Pikes, micros them down. But now I know where that army is, gives me a little freedom to build out here. And Morty's actually thinking of going army as well, building some stables. We can see this town center, or actually, yeah, we saw the town center that was starting to go up in his base. So we know he's building stuff there. So Morty's thinking, you need to get the heck out of my base.
Yeah, I wanted my gold and stone back.
Yeah, he's actually taking my gold, my main gold. I never actually take any of that. Thankfully, I'm just making pikes at the moment and skirms, which don't take gold, so I don't really need them. But once I get this castle up, Green is already on his way to Imp, by the way. So let's take a quick look at Green's base. It's got a pretty good eco, and one thing I'll say is that this many farms, 35 farms, that's a lot of farms. So he's thinking about switching to Cav, and as we can see, he's got 4 stables going up. But I don't know this. I lost my scout in a fight up here earlier, so I'm not scouting much of the map. We see hardly anything. We do see inside of here a little bit with the vision on the walls, but not much. Morty just still does have a scout. Let's see what happens here. He's looping back around. Okay, so I see he's still got those Cav Archers. Now, I don't realize those are still the same Cav Archers he started out in Morty's base with. So I think he's going Cav Archers. So I'm still prepping to fight that. But I've actually got enough where I could take that fight. 17 army versus his 6. But I don't know. Oh, he did bring in 2 more Cav Archers. Okay, so I guess he's still making a few Cav Archers. But he's definitely thinking Cav at this point. Okay, so this is another interesting moment. I see these villagers coming out. I've actually got petards. I'm going to go in to hit the side of his base, but then I see the villagers, and I'm like, I know that's a castle he's trying to drop. So now he's running back inside to build it inside. And I think I can still maybe deny this castle if I petard in and then bring the army in. But he has pulled my pikes so far away. I think about going back over here, and then I'm like, no, it's fine. I'll just take some of these Cav Archers. And so I kill a couple of Vills, but I know that I'm not going to stop that castle, so I do just eventually pull back here. I've still got a decent amount of pikes over here. Now I'm in Imperial Age. Morty is on his way up. I'm researching Anarchy, which allows me to make Huskarls out of my barracks, not just my castle. Which I've only got 3 barracks at the moment, so that's a problem for me since I'm going Pikes and Huskarls. So I'm at least trying to make a few more, but it's definitely something I could have done better at. I like that Morty's building a town center out here. It is kind of vulnerable, but I mean, I've got a lot of army here, so if there is a fight, it won't be easy to snipe those. Meanwhile, he is prepping some knights to go in on Blue, who is taking resources in his base and building his own. Actually, we don't see the stables in there, so we don't know what Blue is going. Alright, so I saw the castle going up, so I'm going to bring a Treb out there, force the fight. Now I see skirmishers, which is interesting. I have some Huskarls, which will clear that, but I think he was thinking the skirms will kill the pikes. Now he comes in with Step Lancers to kill the Treb, which definitely pisses me off a little bit. But I have another one. I see he's got one out here, so I'm just like sending the Huskarls right to the Treb there to kill it. Let these skirms fight out here. At this point, I'm not even going to make any more skirms because I see he's on... okay, we missed that fight. So Morty took a fight inside of what used to be his base, and that's when he saw the camels, and he noped out of that fight. So
yeah, that was not going to go well.
Yeah, you weren't expecting camels.
It was not. I was actually expecting archers and siege.
Oh yeah, the rams and archers. Meanwhile, we're still fighting out here. He's looping around to try to come in for the Treb, and does a pretty good job of this. Gets the Treb, runs away. So that's the vulnerability of pikes, is that they're kind of slow. The cav are a lot faster. Meanwhile, Morty made a good decision to keep those Cavalier alive, so he's still got 15 of them. But 31 camels, and camels are a counter to Cavalier. But he said something to me, so I sent some pikes over just to help out against those camels. And I'm finally making more barracks here. At this point, I was like, you didn't close up the hole in your wall, so I'm going to go ahead and send army in. He kept sending vills to repair this castle, so all these Trebs that I've been bringing out here haven't really made progress. But now I'm at least taking the fight inside his base. Meanwhile, Blue saw these pikes and is running. I think I sent them over here, and then from there they just are on a mind of their own. These are the original 4 rams. He hasn't actually made any more. And one Huskarl gets in here is probably going to clean those archers up. Meanwhile, still looking at 35 camels. He's still trying to micro down my my Treb here. I saw he was getting gold out here, so I sent a few infantry over there just to harass that gold. Now if he's not careful here, he's going to lose that whole army. I got my gather point set here so that if they do come back in on the Treb, they'll at least go attack. Meanwhile, Blue is just comfortably taking eco right now. Morty is massing up pikes of his own, and she's got 20 Cavalier now.
I'm definitely about ready to take on the fight. I've got my Trebs coming.
Morty's actually got more villagers than I do at this point, 92 to 81. Blue's up to 116. Green has 97. So Morty's got a strong eco. Taking all of my gold. But you know what? Whatever. As long as it gets us the win. Alright, so I go in for the fight underneath the castle again. Most of these are pikes, so they're just a trash unit. They don't cost gold. And the others are Huskarls, which have strong pierce armor, so I don't mind taking the fight under the castle. If I lose some pikes, oh well, I can make some more. And the Huskarls are hard to kill. And at this point, I actually decide to send those 9 Huskarls. I'm just like, just go to the back of his base. I don't know what's back here, but I know there's eco, and it's going to distract him. So Huskarls in the back of his base means he's going to have to send army back there, and he won't be able to fight out here. So I have another Treb coming in. There's no villagers here to repair the castle.
I'm taking the fight on my side too at this time.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah, you got that. You got the town center down. The Cavalier going in. So the Trebs are actually getting hung up on this gate.
Yeah.
It's kind of frustrating because they're just like walking around and not shooting. But
it took me a second because I was trying to keep them from going underneath the castle. But I was just like, alright.
This is when you see kip checks for the first time. Now you deleted your walls because you're like, those are my walls. I can delete them. Alright, this is a big fight over here. Actually, we'll check the HP on both. He had 33 camels to start and 9 kip checks. So the camels are really good against the Cavalier. Well, they're decent against the Cavalier. But he had enough pikes in here that he actually did get a clear up on these camels.
The castle was also shooting because I garrisoned the vills into it.
Oh, okay. Good call. Good call. Yeah, you got 7 vills in there. Meanwhile, this castle did go down. I moved forward with the Trebs. Continue to send...
Taking that fight under that castle actually was probably the only reason why I won that fight.
It did help, certainly. Do you have ballistics?
Yeah, I do.
Actually, yeah, you do. Oh, wait. No, you don't.
No, I don't.
I have it. You
I
don't.
I did.
Well, still, if they're just standing still, you can shoot them, which is good. You took out that castle, which is where he's making the kip checks, so
Absolutely.
that's good. Green has a lot of infantry in his base. It's not overwhelming at this point, but it is to the point that he's not really gathering any eco. These town centers have vills in them. Not collecting anything.
And Blue could have done something. I don't know what he was doing, really. He had a decent eco going.
He's actually evacuating, going back to his base.
I don't think he had enough production.
This is his main army. He's got 30 kep checks. I actually ran into them by happenstance with my pikes and Huskarls. So he had 30 of these.
Not anymore.
Although I'm going to lose that whole army.
He lost half of it.
He's lost more than half of it. Yeah, he's down to 13 of them. So, not a good fight for him. That's why I don't mind the trash fight there.
And he's doing Paladin in my base.
So, this is when Green switched to Scorpions, and I was getting nervous. I told Morty to try to bring some cav over. But, thankfully, Green never got enough of them to be a threat. So, I was able to just kill them with the infantry. Blue is coming over with the kip checks. I see that. And he runs. Morty's solidly clearing out his base at this point. So Blue has to mass behind. And so, you're right. He's got Paladin at this point. So you saw camels. Then you saw kip checks. Then you saw... Now you have 24 Paladin.
Yeah.
And the kip checks are over here. Still trying to... They're actually trying to kill this Treb, and they're trying to run me through the Scorpions to help. I'm just trying to get this castle down. I'm just checking on the side, too. I'm able to kill some of the Scorpions. Killed all the kip checks. They were not able to get the Treb. The Treb is down to 19 HP. But yeah, like I said, if you don't have enough Scorpions... then I'll just take the fight with the infantry. Now Green resigned. So we know at this point, okay, we're finally winning this. Blue's got these Paladin, which are going to be hard to deal with, but Morty's got Halbs. He's got Cavalier of his own. He's going to win that fight for sure. Meanwhile, the Paladin are coming over here, but green is dead, so that's not of any use, really. And that's when they call the GG.
Yeah.
So, I think the key here was when we got 2v1'd with the Cuman Rams, you said, nope, I'm leaving. And you sent 22 villagers, 23 villagers. So you were able to get an immediate reboom going.
Instead of having to do it with like 5 to 10 at 20.
Yeah. I mean, I've done it with 1 before.
I think we all have.
Yeah. And
I think we've all reboomed with at least 1 build.
Yeah. But I was able to hold up front. They didn't continue the push, which was a big mistake.
That was so huge.
Then I took on green while Morty took on blue and cleared out his own base. And he even went back to take the gold right away.
And I was about to take the other one too on the left.
Yeah.
Down in my base on the other side in the left. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I was like, oh yeah, I'll go over there too.
Well, let's check out the stats here real quick.
Mine were terrible.
Let's see. Army high. Mongols actually never had a big army. He had those cav archers and then steppe lancers.
Look at the grid on the bottom. Look at that.
Oh yeah. So your population. Wait, let's see if I understand this. Okay. All right. So that's when you reach your low point here.
Yeah, that was. Yeah.
Oh, this is military.
Oh yeah. That's actually military. But you can see greens where he had stuff and then he just lost it all and he never was able to come back from it.
Right.
Whereas like yours is up and like you did have that big fight.
I pretty much always had 50 military from minute 36 on. They were just somewhere on the map.
And then you can see blues as well. Like
he had a good military, but he didn't really use it.
Where I took him out, you can see our fights blue.
Yeah.
Like the blue and the red one.
Let's see. The eco blue actually had a really strong eco. So
yeah, blue had better eco than you did.
Yeah, I only went 2 town centers, and that's because I had to make early military. If I make 3 town centers and go for the really really aggressive boom, I won't have the food to make military, and I'll just get crushed. And again, we all got to feudal age within 3 seconds, except for blue, which definitely threw us off. So I wonder, do you think they did that on purpose?
I'm not sure.
Or he just kind of screwed it up a little bit?
I don't know. Maybe he screwed up. Maybe he. I mean, we didn't really watch his start too much to see how he decided to do his build, but I don't think it really worked for him either way.
Yeah. And then obviously that's a really late Castle Age time. While he could start a second town center and start booming in feudal age, any army he has at that point is pretty weak to a Castle Age army, so he wasn't able to do much or contribute much military-wise other than the Rams until we got deep into the game.
Yeah, exactly. And by the time he had teched into what he wanted to go, I mean, I already knew what he was doing, so I had the counter with the Halbs.
Yeah.
So,
yep.
Easy victory for us, I suppose.
Definitely went smoother than the last time, don't you think?
Yeah, a little bit. I think we've both gotten the short stick on a Cuman rush before, so these are just really good ways to go about handling them, I guess.
Yeah. Good game. Pleasure recording it with you.
Indeed.